Welcome back to the Conscious Connection, where we're keeping the lines of communications open. My name is Marquis C. Copper.
And I'm Javon Moore.
And let's get into it.
All right.
So today's topic, we're talking about when it comes to, I guess you say, differentiating between cracking jokes and actual bullying. So at one point of the conversation, does it become bullying? What do you think?
Funny thing about that story actually is I've actually had an experience with it. Like I to this day, my friendship with these people are not the same. Like, all right. So I think the thin line becomes where it becomes too consistent and you can see like actual feelings behind something that somebody is saying. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I'll give you an example, right? So I had these two friends, which will remain nameless, but should I say that? I don't think I should tell this.
No. Yeah, I mean, you could tell a story, just don't say nobody's name. That's simply it.
Okay, so these two friends, like I was friends with these people for a very long time, right? But I've always found myself at like the butt of every joke. And it was just like in the beginning, it was very free. Like I'll crack on them, they'll crack on me, whatever it was like. But then it seemed that it began to be more frequent. And then once it got to be more frequent, it kind of dug a little deep. And it didn't seem like they were jokes anymore. And then when I approached the person about it, like on a listen, like I just kind of feel like you've been, saying this too much. The response I got was, well, like everyone, like that's your character. You're the butt of the joke type stuff. Like, people like you because we can joke on you. And I was just like, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Like the Drewski, what you mean by that? But it was just like, okay, that didn't feel right. And then it got to a point where I was like at their house and I kind of like exploded. Like I exploded and I end up just like walking home.
Like you rage quit?
Go home.
I don't have to take this. I'm going home.
No. Honestly, I ain't even gonna hold it. It was kind of like a rage quit. But yeah, even to this day, like we talk. I check up on them. Like they'll always be family. But to keep that type of relationship, I don't think I could go back to it. Because now I have friends that we can conversate without joking on each other. Like I think that's the line. I think that's the line. If you can't have a conversation without joking on each other, then it's just like, okay, so you need a punchline. But my thing is like the friends I have now, we can joke on each other, but we can go have like a whole bunch of conversations without nobody coming at nobody. I think that's where it's like a line between bullying and just like, all right, we're just joking. Like we're just talking.
Yeah. Well, you know what too? To kind of go with that, right? I had and through middle school, through high school, I was always the butt of people's jokes. But see, at one point in time, I didn't mind because that allowed me to be in part of the conversation. And I had a classmate in the 6th grade. He said to me, yo, I don't care what everybody say about you. You're a real man already. And I said, what you mean by it? He said, yo, you can sit there and let them talk all these kinds of things about you and you laugh with them. A man who can laugh at his own downfall, put it this way, a person who could laugh at their own downfall is a real man or woman. And I'm like, I'm sick. This is 6th grade. I'm like 11 years old.
You know what's so funny? Like I was literally taught the kind of like exact opposite. Cause my thing is, I understand where he was coming from, but I was also taught in a way of just like, people need to respect you in a certain stance.
Put some respect on my name.
So like, yeah, like people can you hang around people and you can joke, whatever. But then when it gets to a point of being disrespectful, you kind of like chin check them.
I get what you're saying.
Y'all know what a chin check is? For people who don't know what a chin check is, for our less melanated people out there, a chin check Which actually, I actually asked my uncle when I was younger what a chin check was.
Oh, we call it G check too.
Oh, really?
We used to call it G check.
It has to be a Jersey thing.
Yeah, it is a Jersey thing.
But yeah, so like a chin check is just like when you're in a group of your friends, and obviously, you know, you don't want to hurt them, but at the same time, they said something so disrespectful that it's past the line. You kind of like, you know, punch them on the chin, but not hard enough where it hurts. Just like, yo, watch your mouth. Like a little
Nah,
quick.
we never did that. That would have been a full blown fight. That was a full blown fight.
But see, that's why it's called chin check, as in just like it's not meant to hurt. It's just like kind of like a slap on the head. Yo, watch who you talk to. Like that kind of thing.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, but my thing is that was only used for like something that was like if we like talking and like let's just say like your father just passed. And I'll be like, oh, you going home see your daddy? It's just like, oh yeah,
yo,
yeah.
Them fighting words.
Yeah. But the thing is, but you've been a friend with this person for years. So it's just like, all right, for that history, I'm not trying to ruin this friendship, but what you said was very past the line. So that is considered like that's called for a chin check, where I'm not gonna fight you, but you need to know that was not okay. Just yo, who you talking to? Sounds fake.
Hey yo. I mean,
New York is different. I don't know.
New York. I would say that
New York is different.
New York is different, and coming from a city where a lot of people say is probably one of the worst neighborhoods, one of the worst towns. Period. Nah, bro.
Compared to Newark?
I'm sorry. My town had a whole season of cops dedicated to it. A whole season on top of the other episodes and the other seasons, like in these different episodes. Mm-hmm. Like when I tell you, I would watch Cop and be like, yo, that's right down the street.
Oh, that's wild.
There's gas stations that I'm looking at, like a BP gas station that used to be before it was Amoco, but a BP gas station. I was like a couple blocks away from the projects, and I know that gas station. We know what happens at that gas station. We know what kinds of people come into the area specifically to go to that gas station, and we know what they're looking for. So to see that, right, and coming from that kind of environment, right, coming from that kind of environment and looking at the playfulness of cracking jokes. Okay. When it comes to the hood in general, any kind of neighborhood like that, cracking jokes is part of the culture. We crack jokes. That's simply it. You come to school wearing some free japs or something like that, you gonna get cracked on. You come to school wearing some Skechers, like when you know in the hood, Skechers were off limits. You came to school wearing Skechers. There was jokes
with some light up sketches.
The Blinky dudes,
Blinky dudes. Nah, they don't know about no Blinky.
No. But you came to school wearing anything like that, it warranted jokes. And to prevent you from actually getting into, I would say, a scuffle or a fight, fracas, if you will, to prevent that from happening, jokes were thrown. And it was to the point where even teachers were in on it. Now, teachers wouldn't crack jokes, but some teachers, if they noticed that a kid was going too far, like was bullying the kid,
to make it fair,
even it up, some teachers will allow you to crack jokes on them in front of them, and would not say nothing. And long as it didn't go too far, like once your mama came out of somebody's mouth, it was over.
Nah. I kid you not. The crazy thing is, I went to a predominantly white Spanish and Jewish school in Forest Hills.
Forest Hills.
In Forest Hills, absolutely. But
isn't that Queens?
In Queens, of course, in Queens. But crazy thing is, you know what's so funny about that? When we went to junior high school, and I don't know how much people know about New York, but Left Rack, in other words, is where all the black kids stay at, which is across the bridge from Rego Park and them. Mm-hmm. So that one side is like Spanish, white, and Jewish. You cross the bridge of the Van Wyck and you have black kids, Left Rack. So in my junior high school is where it got a mix of black kids into the group. And when I tell you, every gym class was a Yo Mama fest. Oh my goodness.
Yo Mama. Yo mama. Yo mama's mama. Yo auntie. Yo auntie's mama. My auntie's mama is the same person as my mama's mama. Okay, then grandmama then.
It was so bad. I remember going home and just throwing up brainstorming mama jokes because I'm just like, I refuse to go down. Like, yeah, your mama's so fat. Yeah. Oh, wait till tomorrow. It's going down. Like it was bad. It was bad. But I say that all to say that yes, throwing jokes is a culture thing, but at the same time, it's like it has a limit where it crosses over to bullying. Because when bullying gets to a point where it's just like you're throwing jokes and now that person is not laughing anymore and that person doesn't find it as funny, then you continue dishing into this person. Then it's just like,
yeah, now you're waiting for that build up. That build up is going to be the problem.
Oh yeah. But then the thing is just like, oh, then this is going to get controversy. When does it become to a point where, oh, you're being too sensitive now? Because I was called too sensitive. I was.
I feel like when there is a snowball effect of jokes, there's no like, oh, you're being too sensitive. Nah, bro. If I told you first time, like, yo, chill, like you going a little too far. If I tell you that, you look at me, laugh, and keep cracking jokes. Well, now I gotta tell you a second. If I gotta tell you a second time, then you know you've gone way too. Like the joke is over. If I'm looking at you with a straight face, like you cracking jokes, I was laughing. I'm like this. You should already know
that it's not funny no more.
It's no longer funny. You've crossed a line, and mind you, I'm nonviolent. I've always been nonviolent. I was never the person to get in a fight.
I'm a killer, punches. But don't push me.
Like I never threw punches. I wasn't the one to quickly run to the teacher like, hey, he picking on me. I'm not one of those. Now, did I do that a few times? I had to, because sometimes people were going too far, and it was either tell on somebody or possibly put that person in the hospital. And I was a nonviolent person. Completely nonviolent. So my goal was peace. I didn't want to get anybody hurt. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I never even wanted kids to get in trouble. I was like, yo, let's just stop it, squash it now. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets in trouble.
So I have a question that might get a little bit off topic.
Okay.
But what was your first fist like? Like,
I never had one.
You what?
So on this topic of bullying, right? Because this is where I'll probably go a little deeper into the mental health aspect of it. So I never really fought anybody. I got beat up a lot.
Okay, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know. We definitely are.
Wait. So you've never got into a fight, but you've gotten beat up.
I got jumped many times.
How?
Well, there's a couple things. I mean, I remember at one point in time, right? So I remember at one point in time, they used to call me Carlton in school because I spoke very proper coming into school. And when you go to a neighborhood like the one I already described, where you got movies being made about your town and depicting it being probably one of the worst towns to live in the world.
Gangsta grills.
Bro, we had movies. Let's just say there's specific movies I could name. I'm gonna put it on the nose right here. You watch the movie Lean On Me, is about my town.
Lean On Me was a crazy.
Lean On Me. You've seen the opening scenes to Lean On Me.
Bro.
That's not even the nicest way to put how it really was. And my aunt was in school during that time.
I was watching Lean On Me with the last button of Cartoon Network. Man, Lean On Me was not a movie to watch.
I'm telling you. But going back into it, right? Like, again, I was just nonviolent, so I was not trying to fight anybody. That wasn't my thing. I used to get jumped for being a nice kid. You're too nice.
So let's just jump him?
You're too nice.
But my thing is, you never. All right. So this is my, when I said I just didn't understand was, all right.
I wasn't always this tall, by the way.
Huh?
I wasn't always this tall. I wasn't always this wide. But I wasn't short either. But you know,
still, how I think about it, right, is that like I'm not fighting. No, I'm not getting beat up without throwing punches. I understand if I'm gonna lose, but that lip ain't gonna heal while I'm in the hospital.
Yeah, have a good time when there's 5 people coming at you from every angle and you cannot stop it.
Oh no! My thing is, best believe there was a time where I got I got attempted jump where it was back in like Thomas Edison High School, and literally like it was a whole group of Far Rockaway people, and literally like me and my best friend at the time just was like it was just stupid high school stuff, and we was walking for a fight, and literally the guy chickened out, so everyone was just like, oh no, we came here for a fight. So because he chickened out, they all collided on us. Yeah, it was a crazy time. But like I said, it was one of those things was just like not going down without like,
yeah, you were just the wrong place, wrong time, but you still had to defend yourself.
Yeah, but my thing is just like, if you just let there and get hit, tomorrow they're gonna see you and be like, yo, but you know, I think that's the biggest difference, is because in Far Rockaway, if you don't know, there's nothing to do in Far Rockaway.
Oh no, I know. I've driven over there before for work.
All these guys know is, if we're bored, let's fight. That's it. They fight for entertainment purposes. But my thing is that's where most places are, like even down south in places where it's the boredom leads to violence. Because they're so bored, it's just like, all right, cool. Let's see if I can beat you. All right, fine. Let's see if I can beat you. So they fight just for entertainment purposes. So my thing is, because of that, I feel like when it's just like, if they feel like they can fight you, they're going to keep fighting you just for entertainment purposes. But once you start fighting back, then it's just like, nah, man, I ain't fighting that kid. Every time I fight him, man, I come home with like a busted lip or something. I'm not dealing with that. Even though they win, it's just too much work to fight you.
They want something easy.
Bingo.
But that's what most bullies do, is they pick on what they think is the easiest target. They thought that was me.
Did you fight back?
No. Like, at many times, like there were times when a bully would try to come after me and I'd run. And I wasn't the fastest runner, but I knew how to run and where to run to. So I would run to like jungle gyms. Yeah.
Why jungle gyms?
Because for some reason I was acrobatic. I don't know why, but I was just acrobatic for some reason. So I would run to like jungle gyms, and it'd be like wrestling. It would turn into that. So I would just be running up on like top of the bridges of the jungle gym. I would like swing on some of the bars, and I would swing away from them. And they like, how is this dude doing this?
You was arrow backing away.
Bruh, I was robbing. Like, I was doing some dumb stuff, but it was to the point where I was able to dodge them very easily. And then go on that slide, get away from them. If it's like 1 or 2 bullies, I'm gone. They ain't gonna catch me. But sometimes you get some that unite. So I'll tell you about this really, really bad story. This happened in 4th grade. I was 10 years old. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. But there's this girl that moved into our class. And she really wanted to be popular. She wanted to be popular so bad. So none of the girls in the class liked her from point blank. Like, point jump, nobody liked her at all. No, none of these girls liked her. So she figured, maybe I can get the guys to like me, right?
That's never a good move.
It's never a good move. And this is how, let me tell you how she did it. So she came to school, right, with a bunch of money in her hand. We didn't know where the money came from. And all these dudes back then were stupid. They were like, all right, if she giving money out, I'll take it. So she would give money to different dudes based off of what she thought of them and how much she liked them. So if she liked you a little bit, she gave you like $5. If she liked you a lot, she gave you like 10, 15.
Where's she getting this money from?
No, this is that. I'm gonna get there. So based on what, how she liked you, that's how what she gave you money to. So she gave me $10, right? And
I take offense to that. I immediately $10.
Again, the highest person got was like $15, $20.
Oh, wow.
So by me getting 10,
you was up there. Okay.
for a good amount, But, having a black mama who's like, okay, where do you get that money from? Who gave you that money? Get that girl back her money. You can be her friend, but you don't got to take her money. Right.
Fact.
So I went back to school the next day, give her back her money. In her twisted mind, me giving back the money and me saying to her, I can be your friend. I just don't need your money to be your friend. Her mind, she thought, oh, he says no in general. So that's how she took it. Cut to a couple days later, a kid in my class who had anger issues, his grandmother died. Ooh. Now, if you everybody know about foreshadowing, you know exactly where I'm going. So, yeah, a couple days later, his grandmother passed. He came to school and it was obvious he was upset. He was heavily upset. This is the angriest 10-year-old I ever met in my life. Angriest. And this is what happened. I believe a couple days later, it was like a Monday, right? She went over and sat next to me. She was talking to me for a little bit. I thought things were cool. She was kikiing with me a little bit, laughing. And then I look over to him because I was naturally observant of everything. I noticed that he seemed a little lower than normal. And I was like, I kind of wanted to go talk to him, see how he's doing.
Okay.
And at the time, I already knew that's not the one you want to mess with. But I felt bad for him. I felt really bad. And this is what ended up happening. She went and said she was going to talk to him for me to soften it. I shouldn't have known better than to trust that.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is she talked to him, and in the corner, of my eye, like I'm looking, and she talks to him. His head lifts up, and in my mind, I'm thinking, right? But what transpired after that was brutal.
Uh-oh.
It turned into him looking directly at me with these, like, you ever seen like those cartoons where the bull sees red and his eyes get real big? It turned into that, right? Looked dead at me, and he was like, and I'm like, what?
She was heating him up.
Yo, he's like, yeah, he tripping. I don't know what she said at that point. I just know lunch bell rings. We go walking up the stairs. Now, at this point in time, teachers didn't meet. Teachers met the class in the hallway, and they lined up in a line, and you walk with your teacher up to your class.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's how it was at the time. It was kind of militant that way. But that was just to avoid the chaos, right? So we're walking up the stairs, right? And it's so weird. I felt like this air on the back of my neck, and then I felt a hand grab me by the back of my shirt. We were halfway up the steps, right? So I'm gonna look at your steps, and I'm looking as an example. We were halfway up those stairs. That little hand on my neck, grabbing my shirt, and he pulled me, and I went flying down the stairs. I didn't touch the stairs. I landed on the ground, didn't touch not one stair on the way down.
What in the Baki? Like, he got that much strength?
It was nuts. Like, I felt nothing but air as I flew. Like, whoosh. But it was just the pullback motion and the actual falling just didn't allow me to touch anything. I just touched nothing but air until I hit the floor. I hit the ground, and when I made contact, Mike, it was just ringing in my ear. I'm barely can barely tell what's going on. Out of like the corner of my eye, I see him and two other boys run down the steps. Run down the steps. And as they get down there, I feel the first kick, the second kick, the third kick. First kick in my stomach, second kick in my back. The third kick was in my face. And he had on boots. Third kick was in my face and in the boots. Now, mind you, I say 3 kicks because it's 3 different people, but it was several kicks to my stomach and my back, 2 kicks in my face.
Yo, what did she tell him?
This is where it gets interesting. Remember I tell you before, once you say your mama, it's a fight?
Facts.
This is where it gets crazy. So it took security forever to find out what happened, right? By the time they figure out what's happening, by the time the teachers figure out what's happening, like, you had the kids in the hallway going, fight, fight, fight. And I'm like, no, I'm getting beat up. Like, no, it's not a fight. I'm getting ripped.
Getting jumped.
I'm getting jumped, like, in the worst way, in a way that I can't protect no part of my body. I'm getting kicked in such a way I can't protect nothing.
That's crazy.
And the kids are blocking teachers from coming in, and 1 or 2 teachers are like at the top. They're not really trying to get involved. And only one teacher, I see her swimming through these kids, and she's like, get out the way, get out. I'm like, you could do that? I was like, you could push kids like that? But she's like pushing them out the way to
see what's going on.
Try and
see, like, you getting jumped.
And security guards saw on the other side what was going on. And they ran over, but by the time they got over, the kids ran into the school, and they couldn't find them for a minute. They hid from everybody. Teacher came and got me up, hugged me, and like covered my face and brought me upstairs. Now, this was the craziest part, and this is why I say bullying goes too far.
I'm snitching on her.
Bro, no, everybody saw what happened. But this is, I'll tell you, this is where it got nuts. That's why I said bullying sucks, and I don't like it, and I don't tolerate it. As we're going up the stairs, right? She's holding me. I'm crying. I'm 10 years old. I'm crying. My head is like, I couldn't tell if it was blood or not, but it was a lot. My back, my stomach, and my head hurting at the exact same time. I couldn't do nothing about it. I'm walking up the stairs, right? Now, I'm looking at your stairs, right? Anybody goes to like a public school, old school public school, you know how those stairs used to be. To get to the first floor, you had to go up 2 flights.
Yeah, you had to
go up the first, the little
back,
turn, and then the up. I had to go up 1, 2, 3, up to the nurse's office. And up to that whole time, nothing but kids on the left and the right side. And guess what they're all saying? Cry, baby, baby, cry, baby, cry, baby, baby, cry, baby, cry. The entire way up.
Yo.
The whole way up. So I had to not only get beat up physically, but mentally and emotionally, I got beat up going all the way up. Got to the nurse's office. They called my mom and said, your son had just been in an incident at school. He's okay. I didn't like that. And I'm going to tell you why. And this is what goes into how this whole thing started. We get to the nurse's office, right? Nurse's office, the principal comes. Principal says, are you okay to come down and talk? I said, yeah, I'm okay to talk.
No, I'm not.
I shouldn't have said it. I went to the principal's office. Kid that initiated the stomp came in. His little flunkies. They found them in the school. They were put in detention or ISS, whatever. But he came in. Then after he spoke, I heard what she said to him. So what she had said was, she said that you said something about my grandmother that just passed away. That's what she told him.
Way out of pocket.
Can you believe that? All because you wanted to make friends. She said that. And now you see why I got upset when they called my mother and said that I had been in an incident. I got jumped in such a brutal way that...
Hold up. I need to know what happened to that girl. Cause just know, like immediately, if that happened, first of all, I don't condone hitting women.
However,
listen, but I mean, I'm gonna call my cousin, my sister, my mama,
Pookie,
somebody,
Day, Ronisha, Tavon, Latavius.
What happened to her?
So this is what ended up happening to that girl. It came out that's what she said. That's what other people heard too.
Oh.
Yeah, they were witnesses. They weren't going to speak up. They only came out because they said there was punishment to anybody who knew and didn't say nothing.
Oh.
Yeah. And mind you, let me give you some context. The school I went to was predominantly Hispanic with few blacks and 1 or 2 Arabic sprinkled in between. So you take being one of the few black people in a class. I think in each class I was in, there's only maybe 3 or 4 black people. Everybody else was Hispanic. So there was already a culture shift of people who spoke Spanish versus people who didn't. Mm-hmm. So just to give a little context on that. But what ended up happening with her is he got suspended. He got suspended for like 2 weeks in school suspension. She got suspended as well. But her grandmother found out where that money came from.
Oh, no.
That money was the rent money.
Oh.
Yes, sir. And what grandmother did was she whooped her behind in school. And I didn't see it. I heard it. Whooped her behind in school. Pulled her out a week later. A week later.
To be desperate for friends that much to use your grandmama's rent money to buy friends.
Yeah, that's wild.
Is bonkers. No. Not only that, I don't think people understand the much of this, because it's just like, not only that, but you gave the money back and said, listen, I'll be your friend for free. And then for her to just not see that and just be like, oh, wait a second, he gave me his money back and still said to be my friend. Maybe I don't need money to get friends. It was just like, oh, he want the static. I'm gonna go buy some goons and give him the static. Like, how does that transcribe? Just listen, wherever you at, I hope your phone charger don't work. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wherever you at, bro, I hope you stub your toe on every stair. That's wild.
Oh, every stair.
On every stair. That's crazy.
You know what's crazy about it is, this is the part that actually was hilarious to me, is the fact that she had to go back to school and point out all the boys she gave money to and try to get the money back.
Oh. Yeah. And you just sitting there like, don't you dare point at me.
I get it. That's why we just messed to begin with. I gave the money back.
And point back at me and I'd be like, oh, I gave him $10. I'll smack you right now.
She thought a quarterback was a refund. Good Lord.
That's crazy. But either way though.
That's an extreme case though.
That is an extreme case.
And I've had many extreme cases, but that's an extreme case of what happens when just simple, not just cracking jokes, but when people feel hurt based off of what you may say or the words that you don't say. Because me simply saying, I don't want your money, to her, she took that as a crack.
That's crazy.
But my money's not good enough for you?
That's why I understand at a young age, learning how to communicate is key. Because I have so many stories on me not having social skills that kind of ruined a lot of stuff in a young. We're not talking about it on this episode, but we gonna get into that in another episode, because there's some stuff where not understanding social skills ended up creating a lot of problem romantically, friendship wise, and even with like teachers. It's just like understanding socially. You need to understand that type of thing.
Yeah, and it's realizing too that not everybody's your friend, and you have to establish people who are friends and people who are just acquaintances. Okay. So if they are your friends and you know that they joke like that and you know it's no static, cool, that's fine. Just when it gets to a certain level, be vocal as possible with whoever you with. And the people who are not, you're not friends with, or you don't really know like that, keep your jokes very general and don't keep it specific, because the minute you make specific, it becomes personal. Personal
facts,
and that's the biggest thing. Anybody that says to you, hey, just don't take this personal, I'm sorry. It's like when you say something to me and then you say the word but. Everything you said before but no longer matters.
Facts.
So it doesn't matter if you tell me, oh, don't take it personal. Come on now, I'm taking everything personal now just because you said that.
Well, even if you say just like, listen, no offense. Immediately, I'm taking
no offense.
Immediately, no offense, but your mother's ugly.
Oh,
let me talk to you in the corner. Let me talk to you in the corner right quick. Let me talk to you in the corner.
Like, bro, we know this already, but you ain't gotta say this in front of everybody.
No, like it don't even matter. But either way, understand people. Chin check is a thing.
I do not condone chin checking, because when I said G checking, I don't mean like pop somebody in the chin. It's more like call them out for what they say or do, and if they don't respond well, then okay, that's a friend you don't need to have. You can love people from afar. Oh, that's the thing. Love people from afar. You don't be friends with everybody, and even if they family, you don't got to be around them 24/7. And if they do, well, check the attitude at the door.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
But is it so much as bullying as it is having soft feelings, or is it so much as having soft feelings as this just went way too far? What do y'all think about that?
Let's hear your thoughts.
See you next time.